We are live.
Good morning, guys. I hope I'm audible. And all you have been doing good, and this is Friday already. So I believe all of us are excited for the most amazing session on the DS today. First of all, I'd like to thank you, all my uplines, for such an amazing platform like Grooming School, where every day we get a different insights on all the key areas of businesses. And again, today closing is one of the most important area, and I'm really very excited today. Why? Because but before I go ahead with that, there will be certain ground rules, guys, which I'll expect you to ensure. First of all of you, all of you should keep this 250 grams inside a fridge and then come back and sit again. Why? Because somewhere, that there should not be any preconceived opinion. There should not be any preoccupied thought process in your head before you get into anything else. Before we move ahead in the session. Secondly, of course, we have to be switched on completely. And
మనందరం కూడా స్విచ్ ఆన్ లో
all
ఉండాలి.
talking about is emptying your cup.
ఎప్పుడు కూడా
Ensure your
కప్ ని ఎంటీ చేసుకుని ఉండాలి.
ensure ensure your phone is on flight mode. Ensure your phone is on flight mode, so that you should not get disturbed out of any unnecessary calls. Please sit down somewhere in one corner of your house, wherein you can lock down yourself. Lock down yourself. Tell your parents if for some time they should not be disturbing you, bothering you. Why? Because next 1.5 hours, 2 hours might be mind blowing, might be life changing, and might be a U-turn in your life. So very important, guys. Very important. You never know. The 1 second you might miss, and that second would have been the most important part of the session. Right. Any which ways. Before I introduce speaker for the day, let me tell about this iron lady.
సో
Somebody who is commitment personified. Whom I see
కమిట్మెంట్ అంటే తన గురించి చెప్పాలి.
as my benchmarks for hard work and dedication. Somebody who has unquenchable thirst for success. And of course, she's a lady who taught me how to dream. She's a
సో
lady
తను
who
నాకు
taught me
ఎలా కలలు కనాలో
who taught me
నేర్పించారు.
how not to give up. She's the person who told me, who taught me how to keep chasing my benchmarks till I achieve it. How
బెంచ్
to run
మార్క్స్ ని ఎలా
steadily
అచీవ్
after my
చేయాలో
dreams.
తను నాకు
And
నేర్పించారు.
she's the person who has empowered me right from the day one, guys. Right from the day one.
మొదటి రోజు నుంచి కూడా నాకు ఆ
Although
శక్తిని
she
ఇచ్చారు
comes
తను.
from a very small and of course a beautiful town in the northeastern part of our country, but that small town never became her hurdle or limitation for a growth and for a career. A person, a person from a small town, but a really big heart, guys. She has been an all-rounder always, whatever it might be, whatever it might be. She did establish a benchmark. She did establish a benchmark, whatever field she became a part of, may it be academics, may it be non-academic area. When she was very young, in her very tender age, she was nominated from Prime Minister Bravery Award, and that's an amazing achievement. Not everybody is blessed to get that.
తనకి చిన్నతనంలోనే
If I start talking about her awards,
అవార్డు ఎన్నో పెద్ద పెద్ద
it
అవార్డులు
will be
అనుకున్నారు.
endless, guys. Name a field, should have been recognized somewhere in that field. May it be
ఏ
art,
రంగంలో అయినా
may it be music, may it be science, may it be sports, anywhere. In fact, she was nominated. She in fact, she was awarded with Youth Scientist Award when she was studying in the college. And she was, while if I talk of her academics, so she was a state topper in 10th standard. Of course, by degree she is an engineer, but again, people presume as engineering is a subject wherein you study overnight and then you write an exam and you pass out. No, but even for engineering, she worked hard and she had been a topper, with 98 percentage, score. That's amazingly big. Again, the कहते हैं ना, we say the way you do one thing, you do everything, and that's how it goes. But it never ended there. Even after getting into corporate, although she never continued that job for a longer period, but in a very short span of time, in a very short span of that career. She got no, she got early promotions. She got bagged awards, the employee of the year. That's amazingly good. But soon she realized that corporate is not the place. This is this is not the place where she aspired to be. Wherein she understood that this is going to restrict her growth. She had bigger wings and she always wanted to fly. And so she jumped into entrepreneurship. She jumped into business to explore bigger avenues of her life, to challenge herself for bigger benchmarks in her life. And again, the way you do one thing, you do everything. A queen of benchmarks and a real warrior continued her same standard, her same benchmarks in the business as well. After she started, this business, she broke all the existing records, guys. She broke all the existing records. Made be a max out. If I talk of max out, she was youngest. When the time when she maxed out, she was one of the youngest max outs in the infinity. Of course, if I talk of dream takes, she gifted herself a home of her own in a very young and tender age of 25. 25 is the age wherein we figure out our love breakups and friendships and all, and she was somewhere already there in the career. If you talk of German car, by the time she was 26, she got her first German car in her life. So everything, whatever came up, she achieved it. People say success comes with age. Breaking all those old ideologies, she became one of the most successful entrepreneurs, one of the most successful creators, in a journey in a very short span of time. I really feel blessed that I'm a part of our organization. I really feel blessed, guys. Whatever dream, I still remember whatever dream that I wrote on my day one, or people in our organization, people in my organization, would have wrote in day one. She ensured she takes it personally as a responsibility, and she ensures that we fulfill all of them. That we fulfill all of them. इनके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में कहते हैं ना, पीपल इन एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन लोग आलू प्याज की तरह जर्मन कार खरीदते हैं. As in, people will buy German cars like tomatoes and potatoes. Numbers are countless. Forget about the numbers. Every other week, every other fortnight, we'll get a message, somebody buying a German car. Rolex and Hublot, it's like Titan Fast Track in her organization. And that kind of benchmark she had set, not only for us, but for the entire, people in Tunet. For she herself is very crazy about her own dreams. She has a collection of watches, maybe more than what she has. More than what she has. That and the same thing she wants to drill in our head as well. That if you don't have that, if you don't dream, we'll never be. If you don't have an ability or capability to dream, we will never be able to push ourselves a level up to enhance our abilities or capabilities. She keeps pushing people in her organization. Not only that, she also ensures we make every kind of money that is required for picking those dreams, guys. For picking those dreams, but this is not the only reason. This is not the only reason why I love her, why I respect her. That's a mechanical aspect of it. But if I talk from my heart, she's nothing more than a second mom to me. Second mom to me. There are a lot many things which I'm not comfortable sharing to my mom. Maybe I'll give her a call, whatever time it might be, maybe 4 a.m. in the morning or 6 a.m. in the morning. She's always ready, and she'll always, if she's busy, she'll always call back right after some time. And then that's a comfort. That's a comfort. I feel in her company. I feel with her. But maybe at the same time, the intensity of love which is there. But with that intensity of love, she equally scolds. She equally scolds. Jitna shayad, I don't get scared. I'm not scared of my mom. I'm scared of her. So before doing anything, I can't even think of doing a small crap. Correct. If maybe you'll be surprised to know this is quite different talk, but in colleges we're batchmates. In college, today she's a mentor. I should not be comparing, I should not be, comparing her with that. But just for a fact of information, guys, she was a batchmate to me. of course, initially when I started, like most of you would have been judging her applying. Even I did a mistake of judging her. And trust me, a very small incident I like to mention over here. Initially when I started, since she was my batchmate in my college, and here she was my upline, she was a senior to me. It was very uncomfortable for me to say a ma'am, or so usually I used to call her by name only. But over the period of time, when I realized her abilities, when I saw her capabilities, when I witnessed that growth in her, trust me, guys, trust me, I could not stop myself respecting her. And initially I used to call her a ma'am. Today I call her a captain with huge respect, because I feel she has been driving she has been helping me to sail this ship, in a difficult ocean, in this difficult journey of my life. If you talk about smartness, generally people judge girls, on the area of IQ. But guys, she's such a strong combination of EQ and IQ. You cannot mistake in judging in these areas. Real example of bold and beautiful. Real, the real powerhouse, the real driving force, the real kingmaker and kingmaker. Initially, when I started, of course, I was very scared. I was very worried. Since I don't have a very, good educational background, it was very difficult for me to talk in English. So I used to share, ma'am, I don't think, I don't know English, so I'm not sure I will be able to, I will be able to make money over here or not. Will I be able to successful or not? But she's told, the one thing she told me that time, which I still remember, Pran, instead of wasting your time in enhancing your English, focus on your Hindi and make it so bloody strong. Make it so bloody strong. Your one area should be so strong. People should not be judging on a smaller area, and that might become very negligible. That might become very negligible. Trust me, guys. Today you have an opportunity to listen to her directly. Maybe for new people, it would have been, you're blessed, and that to a session like cruising, which is one of the most difficult, or one of the most challenging aspect when you start this journey. And of course, when it started, I was to feed his wife, because she was standing behind me for everything as to refer her, for everything as to connect her, for everything. Every time, I was falling, she was holding me up. And of course, as her name is Shristhi, for me, she is universe. The meaning names universe, and for me, she means universe to me. And my every bit of my life, every aspect of my life, every small happiness, every small beauty of my life, it is all because of her. It is all because of her. Today I got an opportunity to talk about her. In the first time in my entire journey of 5 years, I got such a big platform to talk about her. That's what, today I could not focus on my counter even, because of the excitement, because of the goosebumps which I was having within. When there was my years, I was very worried, but today I'm very excited. So maybe, guys, you're more than lucky. You have no idea. So stay in a place, stay silent, stay focused. Trust me, you have no freaking idea. It might change the entire perception of your business down the line. So good luck, guys, and over to you, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning. Thank you so much, Prani, for that wonderful introduction. Every single time, I hear my friends talk about me. I kind of get what to say, kind of a butterfly in my heart and in my stomach. Generally, we hear about butterflies in stomach. I have it in my heart. Nevertheless, so I hope you all had a beautiful Friday. And again, before I start, I would want to thank all our uplines who have, really created this platform of grooming school for all of us to be able to learn on different aspects of the business, which is really helping us to take our business, step by step to a much better position than we already were. So I must say that this lockdown has really played in a way in our favor, right? So today, whatever I'm going to discuss with you all today is a concept that we have actually been already living throughout our childhood. Now every single time, I'm here, I'm speaking to you all, I'm sharing or I'm listening to our wonderful speakers and our uplines sharing their insight about the different topics that we cover in our grooming school. I would say that our business, right, is, equal to our life. Because, when you start a business of your own, when you become an entrepreneur, you really don't demarcate, or you cannot demarcate between, a separate life and then a business. So for me, if you ask me, all these years that I have been in this journey, for me, my business is my life, which also means that all the concepts of our business, whether it is, about the list, or, yesterday Kriti was talking about prospecting, then about, our industry. So everything is actually already a part and parcel of our lives. And today, the concept that I'm going to talk to you guys about, okay, is known as closing. Okay. And as the name suggests, closing is basically, you know having a conclusion, concluding something. Correct. If you talk about the business, right, I would say closing would be, helping somebody take a decision. You can also call closing as a yes or a no. It's a, it's a conclusion. Correct. But before we guys move on to understanding this concept and how exactly do we implement closing into our day-to-day activities and in our business, okay, let us understand a little bit more about this term. Well, when I see closing as a, concept, everything in my life, from the morning till the, evening and night till I sleep, there are so many activities that are so much related to this word called closing. I'll give you a very basic example. When you leave home, right, you open the door and then you close it. What happens when you don't close the door? Anybody can walk into your home. Correct or not? So when you open an event, we always need to close it, right? Whenever, you are into a relationship, right, there is also closing, right? Correct. So everything that we do in our life is actually a part of closing. If we talk about our education, for instance, as Prani mentioned, there are so many of you guys on this call who are engineers like me. I remember when I was in my school days, right, one thing that was really doing circles in my society at that point of time is that if somebody is so called a science student, he or she should ideally either go for an engineering degree or go for a medical degree, right? So once all of these thought processes started impacting, I took a decision of starting my engineering. Now all of you who are engineers or doctors, or doctors still till a point of time do medicine for a passion of it, but there are very few engineers who actually do engineering with a passion of actually creating something. Engineering is what? Creating solutions. That's why I feel engineering and business is almost the same. Entrepreneurs also create solutions, right? So even then, the society basically did a closing for us so as to choose a particular degree. There are many a times after our graduation, we are being told that, okay, you can go on for MBA. If you have an MBA, you get a better job. What is that? That is also closing. There are so many of you who are parents on this, call today, or on this, in this session today. You do closing for your child every single day, right from what your kid needs to eat to when and how your kid needs to go to school, right? There will be a lot of vegetables maybe which your kid doesn't like. I remember how my mom used to do closing for me to eat karela, okay, because I hate bitter gourd, okay, I hate karela. And she always used to tell me some story or something like that. And she used to make this vegetable which I never liked, and she used to close me to eat it. I hope you all are relating, right? Similarly, if you have a younger sibling or maybe an elder sibling, there are so many times you must have closed your father to get you your favorite bike, okay? Or you might have closed your mom to give you something, right? Similarly, like yesterday in the session, the speaker was talking about how, her brother got closed in to do his education from that particular university, right? Coincidentally, I also studied from the same, okay? So I did my engineering in Chennai. So how did I choose a college that was also actually closing, right? So if I talk about this entire concept, okay,
So in the ಒಟ್ಟುಮೊತ್ತ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ
we have literally spent our entire lives, okay, utilizing this concept called closing. Now, why do I keep using this word concept? Because closing is not a one sentence definition, guys. Okay, it is a mixture of many things. I'm going to break it down for you guys to understand better. But before we move on, I want to ask you guys one simple question, and I want you to be very honest. Okay, right? And if you have a diary and a pen in front of you, okay, I would want you to maybe just note it. Okay, and what is it that you need to note? Why did you sign up in this business? Basically, why did you start this business? Right? What was it that you focused on, because of which you got closed? Because believe you me, guys, just like me, okay, where if you have started this business, I am sure that you finally saw something in life, okay? Because I remember when I and my then fiance, now husband, my upline, Ravi, okay, when we both started this business together, okay, I was his hot zone, okay, but mentally, actually, I was already signed up even before I literally, on pen and paper, I got signed up. Basically, I was already mentally closed. I had already taken a mental decision the day Ravi went for his plan. And in his plan, we are so blessed that his plan was, taken by none other than our upline, Rahul Bhai. Okay. And one thing that Bhai told him, I still have that paper, guys. Okay. Where Bhai had written that. What did he write? Money is equal to skills into time, or rate into time. And he had literally calculated how much money we can be making in a job. And why do I still have that paper, guys? Because that formula, what he had written, I think those are the golden words of our life. Because it was like some light, and we got a click that we cannot live our life like working for somebody else. We cannot live our life wherein we are not able to fulfill our dreams for our family, right? And for us, that point of time, that formula was enough to close us mentally to start this beautiful business. Okay. So for me, I have my own reasons and my own journey of getting closed. But why am I asking you all to remember your reason and just maybe make a note of it? Why did you start? There will be few things. First will be your realization of your dream. There will be two categories, okay? Either you already were a dreamer and a seeker, okay? Second, maybe when you met the person, when you came for your plan or your meeting, okay, you met this person in front of you who for the first time in your entire life asked you, what do you want to do? Tell me, I can help you, I will hold your hand, right? Many of you get emotional when you come in for your meeting. Why? Because it's the first time ever somebody has asked you. So do you imagine, or do you remember, okay, do you remember the point, okay, wherein that emotion when you were arranging the money? Do you remember what was going on? There was so much of excitement, there was a little bit of nervousness. Okay, if I talk about myself, right, I was super excited. Okay, super duper duper duper, if there is anything uske upar. Okay, I was like, finally I got something. Okay, and that is gonna change my life. And I was so excited, I can't tell you, I couldn't sleep at night. I was trying to arrange money. Everybody on planet Earth was telling me, no, we cannot give you money. I was basically arranging money for my own sign up. Okay, and every day I used to close myself, I can arrange the money, I can do it. Okay, so for me, my closing journey was me closing myself and motivating myself that I can arrange this money. Okay, right? Similarly, for you, there must be some point which touched your heart, and because of which you are sitting in front of the computer today, or the laptop, or your phone, in fact, the screen. But you know what is the saddest part, guys? Closing is a mindset. Okay, so before we close somebody else, is the most important question is, are you closed yourself? Okay, so for me, every single time I used to close myself on what? On various things. Okay, when I started my business, I was already also doing a job. Okay, and I always used to close myself to go to office, because for POA I was always excited. Okay, but I had to like literally close myself, that oh my god, I have to go to office today. Okay, right, and I will finish my work in office and quickly I'll go to my POA. Right, that was also closing. Correct. When I started my when I started my business, I had to write down my dream list. Okay, and as you all know, it's not that easy to write down 20 at one go. I did closing there also. Correct, that I have to finish my dream list, I have to finish my name list, I have to read my books. Okay, so closing is not something that is a alien concept and you will only be using it for your friends. Okay, or when you have a plan. Closing is every single day. Okay, of taking a decision of doing something in your business. Right, and once you can close yourself, right, closing your friend for the best opportunity of his life will be a cakewalk. Now few of you guys are superb in this. Okay, right, you have sign-ups after sign-ups after sign-ups. Very good, keep it up. Okay, few of you doing everything, not getting a sign up, like I was when I started my business. Okay, and then I realized one day I was talking to Rahul Bhai, and I was telling him, see, I'm following everything, I'm listening to you, I'm keeping so many plans, why don't I get a sign up? Okay, and Rahul Bhai taught me a very 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 important thing that I still carry with me. Okay, right, and throughout my journey. Okay, even Digibhai has always told me about this thing. And he told me that, you know what, if you keep counting, okay, how many steps you are walking, if you keep counting your efforts all the time, your focus will move from your goal. Okay, so every single time you walk 10 steps and you look back, okay, to count the number of steps, your focus has already moved. So those of you who keep having this, that I'm keeping plans, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing everything nicely, why am I not having a closing? Maybe because somewhere in your mindset, okay, you have not closed yourself to get a closing. Which means what? You didn't close yourself, you're not even attracting it. And you know what, I'll tell you a secret. Secret really works. Okay, so I hope you all have watched The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. If you haven't, please go and watch it. So this magic, okay, and the secret works. So when you are doing a closing, are you even mentally prepared? So I will come down to that technical part of it. Okay, but before that I will move back to my original question. Okay, when you signed up, okay, what was it that you closed in your mind to start this business? As I told you, your dreams, and then the relationship. Okay, or you saw the trust, or you looked at your referrer. Okay, and you felt that whatever this guy is doing, okay, I can do it too. You felt that, maybe that trust. Like for us, okay, the person who actually started, referred both of us in the business, okay, we didn't know him much. So our referrer was like, we were like a kind of a cold to warm category, right? Cold becoming warm, okay. So for us, what we saw was, we saw Rahul bhai, okay, we saw opportunity, we saw our reality, I told you, correct, that calculation. And our dreams was the major deciding factor, okay, of us starting this business, okay. So when we look at the word closing, I will break it down for you. So the first alphabet of this word closing is called commitment, correct. So you need to ask yourself, are you committed towards, are you still basically committed towards your dream? Because many a times, you know what happens, you keep your dream list somewhere, there is a lot of dust on it. You've seen those movies wherein they go into this room and then from a bookshelf they pull out a book and there's a lot of dust and then you sneeze and you cough. Unfortunately, some of you have kept your dream list somewhere like that. Some of you have even lost your dream list. Correct. If you cannot have a closing of your own self in your own business, how will you go ahead and close somebody else? Because closing, okay, as I said, is to help somebody take a decision. Why do we need to help somebody take a decision? I will come to that. But before that, let us go back to your decision. You also took a decision, correct, of starting this business, correct? So, are you really, really understanding the importance of your own business today? Do you feel happy? Do you feel proud of your own business? Because, guys, let me tell you, if you are not closed yourself, if you have not crossed your own faith and belief, okay, it is impossible for you to close somebody else in the business. Because this is not some neighbor's wedding, no, that you bring somebody and then just ha chalo nacho, right? You know, I mean, ha, you know, get somebody and then like, okay, you dance, I will watch. Hey, it doesn't work like that. This is your wedding, okay? Right? Those of you who are already married like me, don't get some other ideas, okay? So basically, this is your family. You are not going to take an outsider and put that outsider with your neighbor. You are going to welcome somebody into your family. So you need to own this family first. Only if you close your own self in your head, you will be able to stand there with that person. Otherwise, you know, you have not even taken a decision of starting your own business. Correct? So now when I talk about this commitment word, okay, when I talk about this, focus towards or love and respect, let me tell you what I feel for my business, okay. You see, when I started, right, I'm a very family oriented person, right, and so is my upline and my husband, right. So both of us, when we guys started together, okay, right from our college, we always wanted to do something of our own, okay. And when we were always looking for an opportunity. So when we finally got this business, okay, for us it was like an answer to our prayers, okay. And whatever Rahul bhai told us, right, in the meeting, in the plan, for us we were already mentally closed there, because it was our decision, right. Similarly, when I started, and even till today, when I talk about my business, I talk with a lot of love and a lot of respect. Because thank God, if you ask me what emotion we feel for our referrer, thank God he closed us. We only feel gratitude. Okay, right? And I am sure that everybody, especially all the people who started the business with me, okay, right, my first gang of people, okay, right. So I'm sure they will agree that the relationship we all have, we are all kind of from the same college, from the same batch. As Prani was saying, we both were in the same building, okay. For 4 years of our college we never met each other. We had common friends also, Okay, but we never met each other, right? But thank God for this business that today we guys are like family, correct? So this business has given us an opportunity to live every day together as a family and achieve a lot of dreams. So that's the reason why when I am referring somebody in my business, why do I say my business? Because my business is my business. Your business is your business. Okay. Right. So at the end of the day, it's our own business together. But that love and that ownership has to be there. Okay. You need to feel the love and that respect. So when I am thinking about closing my friend, I'm always going to think about leading the way, which means what? I'm going to be there for my friend first. Okay, the first question, are you there for your friend? Okay, when you are closing your friend, right? Second thing, when I am doing a closing or if I keep a plan, my main intent out there, okay, would also be sharing a chance, right? So when I say C for commitment, then the second alphabet is L, as in leading the way. You can only lead the way when you actually walk the talk, right? Which means what? You have to focus on your learning, okay, because L also stands for learning, okay, right? So you will have to focus on learning the art, all right, of doing the business, doing the activities, because you and me belong to the left side of the quadrant. I hope you all remember ESBI, correct? So coming from that side of the quadrant, we all took a decision that yes, when we saw the financials, we got a click, we again got closed. I'm sure I was totally closed in ESBI. I was like, yes, finally I'm going to become, a 3%er, right? And I was super closed. And for me to move from this point to that point, today I may already be in the business. But the person who's just come in for the plan, my friend, is still there. Okay. So I need to ensure I'm leading the way for him, right? So, which brings me, right, to the third alphabet of closing, that is O. Now, O for me is different things, okay? But the first importance of this letter alphabet in closing for me is sharing the opportunity. Why? Because once upon a time, I got this chance in my life, okay? And once upon a time, so many years back, this most amazing opportunity happened to us, and thank God somebody referred us into the business. Okay. Thank God. Because that referral is the most important referral of our life. So all we feel is gratitude and love for our uplines. Okay. And for the person who got us into the business. So you are also going to be a part, all right, of these emotions for your friend, provided you attract those emotions, right? So are you in a zone of leading the way? Are you committed? Okay. Or are you having, that opportunity? Are you sharing something with your friend? That is a mindset and a question you need to ask yourself. And that's the reason why I asked you guys to feel how you felt when you started the business, about your dreams. The first time you wrote your dream list, imagine you are giving that opportunity to your friend. Don't you think you should be happy and grateful to God that you are, kind of one person who can actually change somebody's life? It's so easy, guys, to say that I am a helpful person, I help people, so on and so forth. But you know what? As it said, that feeding somebody one meal versus teaching somebody, okay, how to earn that meal. The second option is always, for people who are capable of working, right? So this business has taught me so many things. Okay, our uplines are involved in so many beautiful ventures, right, of helping people, correct? So you need to understand that when your friend signs up, you're closing him for what? You are closing him for a business. You are closing him for a business which can change his life. You are closing him to indefinite and infinite possibilities. You are closing this guy to be a part of a team, okay, that is always going to be with him. and you are going to close this guy to be with you for the rest of your life, as a family, as a friend, as your business partner. So it is actually all a win-win situation, correct? But then why is it that some of us, okay, or some of you rather, I have kind of grown out of that phase now, face this issue of closing, okay? So, as Sachin Bhai always says, right, that the most important factor of closing, okay, intent plus follow through. Okay, so I told you about what exactly closing means, right? I told you guys about I told you guys to think about you know what happened when you started your business, what was your reason of starting. As I said, it might be the relationship, and of course first thing first is the dream. Okay, and then you saw somebody, right, and then you started the business. Now, when you have kept a plan, okay, and your friend has come in for the plan, now it is your job to do a follow through. Okay, so one of the most, if I say technical aspects, right, technical plus emotional both, would be follow through. Now you must have seen the game of golf, okay, wherein this golf player has the club, and when he hits the ball, he hits the ball all the way through. Can you imagine any sportsman, okay, not finishing his shot, is just halfway, midway? Cannot, right? The shot will not go. Same thing for your closing. Many of you guys, don't even do a proper follow through. Now, there is something called as Act 48, which means what? The follow through has to happen ideally within 24 hours, okay, or 48 hours maximum. Correct? Imagine, okay, your upline is sitting there taking a plan for you, investing 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, right? So that your person, your prospect who's there gets a click, understands, okay, I have a dream, and then your upline is there. But if you behave like, okay, my upline is the hope, my prospect is the top, and just mix them, and I will sit at the side and I will become a spectator. Now remember, you're welcome. You are here to be a player or a spectator. You all shook your head, okay, telling that you want to be a player. But when it comes to your closing, you happily become a spectator. Why? Because sitting on the side, right, looking at the view, it's always good. But that doesn't fetch you money, brothers and sisters. Okay. So you need to learn how to do follow through. If you're very new in the business, please talk to your upline, but write down this word. Very, very, very important. Whatever you do in the business, okay, whether it is your daily activity, whether it is your books and DVDs, follow through is very important. That's the reason why in closing, this plays such an important role. Now, why is follow through important? What does it mean? It means that you are being there. Okay, it's said that once the person has attended the plan, no, this guy is like a Humpty Dumpty. You all know Humpty Dumpty. I hope you all know. I can't see you all, but I'm sure you all know. Okay. So now this Humpty Dumpty fellow, right? Uh, he sits on a wall, correct? As per our poem. Similarly, after the plan, a friend is like that Humpty Dumpty sitting on the wall. He will either move back, fall back. Okay. How does he fall back? There is so much of negativity, or, his, when I say negativity, I'm talking about self doubt. Okay, or there might be his family and friends who are not into business, and they don't know what a business means, and so on and so forth, or his own self image or self doubt or whatever, and they pull him back. One more option: he's not going to come and take a decision on his own. Okay, he is going to sit there and wait for you to give him your hand. Correct? So you have to give your friend your hand. Why? Now, because see, understand, our business is a very illogical business. All the logical people on the planet Earth, they feel that to make $1 million, we need to put in $1 million, right? Correct? To make crores, we need to put in a lot of money, right? So when we say that you can start this business with this amount of money, this many dollars, or this many dirhams, or this much of rupees, it becomes too good to be true. Now, somehow, people like thinking negative. I don't understand why, but they do, many of them. And, all of a sudden they are feeling like, okay, how is it so good? It is too good to be true. And that is the reason why, okay, they need that assurance from you. So that's the reason why when you are doing closing, it is so important for you, okay, to be there. And, many people require that kandha, the shoulder to cry on, basically. Okay. Or many a times, people don't like taking their own decisions. Now you tell me, when was the last time this guy, okay, would have taken a decision of his own? When he was a child or she was a child, her or his parents must have taken. After that, his or her, I mean, girlfriend or a boyfriend or husband or a wife. Then came the boss, okay, the mightiest of all. Then came the kids. All this, just all decisions started getting aligned with the child. I mean, when was the last time you think this guy took a own decision? And now imagine you are telling him, bro, $1 million possible, 5, 6 years, huh? Arrange some money. Hey, he will become like that balloon. You know that balloon when you blow air and by chance you leave the balloon. What happens? It makes a funny sound. I don't want to make the sound. Okay. And it will be like all over the place. True or not? Your friend becomes that balloon. But you know what is the funniest part? You become a balloon first and your friend follows you. So the plan is happening, your the meeting is happening, and your friend is closed, your prospect as we call it, right? Your future business partner, he's mentally closed, he's mesmerized, he's never heard about a concept like this. And your upline, okay, right, your senior business partner has already finished his plan. And then he looks at you, and you are looking at mosquitoes around in that cafe shop or at your home now, since we are at home. You look at mosquito, prospect also looks at mosquito. Monkey see, monkey do. You need to ask yourself, are you looking in the eyes of your prospect, or you're looking at the butterfly, mosquito, I don't know, whatever is there at your home, right? So which means what? He needs your support, and you need to give him that support. This is the first time maybe in his life he will even see this much of money in his own life, in to even start the business. Like when I started the business, I never saw that much money in my own account of my own hard work. So when I arranged the funds to start my business, okay, firstly I was so excited because I've never seen so much of money in my account. Okay, so when I transferred, I'm like, oh, kuch to bada chalu kara hai abhi maine, like, which means that something big I have started in my business, in my life. Okay, so that's the reason why, since your friend has never maybe even taken a decision in his life, it is so important for you to be there. Now the question, the golden question here is, why is it that most of you are not there? You prefer, there is this movie in India called Mr. India, wherein this character, okay, I think he used to have a watch, and he used to click that and he used to become invisible. Some of you, not all of you, okay, some of you like that role play. You see, you become that Mr. and Mrs. and Miss and Mr. whatever India. You click the button on your watch, all of a sudden in between of the plan, you become invisible. Your friend is trying to look for you. Okay, I want to start the business, and you're like, whatever it is, you both talk. How will he sign up? So which means what? Are you closed in your own business? Okay, so as I said again and again, I'm telling you, closing, okay, will only happen if you close yourself. Now I don't understand why you are not closed. Pehli baat to, first of all, we are a part of an industry, okay, right? That is super, like, amazing. I mean, from, especially from simple backgrounds, right, like most of us are, right, where you don't have multi crores in your accounts to start a big manufacturing unit or a big business, right? Networking provides us an opportunity, correct, to pursue our dreams with a possible startup capital. So firstly, we are blessed that we got signed up. right? Secondly, this is our dream and this is our reality. Finally, we have got a vehicle that can take us from this place to our dreams here, so that whatever you dream is there in your life. You dream, it's there in your life. You dream, it's there in your life. And you know what? That is what this business can give you. Point is, are you there to take it? Are you there to work hard? So this concept of I am not closed yet in my business doesn't make much sense to me. Okay, right? And I am sure it should actually ideally not make any sense to you also, because become illogical. Making $1 million, okay, with a manageable startup capital, illogical. That's the reason why it is true. You may have done all logical things in your life till date. Studied, went to school, okay, went to college, get a degree, get a job, did higher education, again get a job, and then lockdown happens, and then you all know what happened. Okay, correct? I'm not saying the data of the world, entire world, right now, the industrial index production of India is already reducing. And it is not reducing because of Corona. It has been on a negative since 2019 August. So if you like being so logical, please go and read. So finally, you've got an opportunity to build your life. Then how can you not be closed? Who gave you that option? I mean, at least for me, I had no option and I was okay to accept. That's why we say acceptance and belief, right? So you need to close yourself, do whatever it takes. Okay. You don't know how to close yourself, pick yourself up, take to your upline, drop on your upline's lap and say, for God's sake, close me. But then if your upline is telling you to do things, write your dream list, okay, read your books, focus on your learning, then you have to do it. No cheating, right? You cannot have all the lollipops in the world and then, say that, no, I don't like sweets. Okay, did it make sense? No? Okay, no problem. Right? So now the thing is that, are you mentally prepared? Now we spoke about a lot of things. Okay, firstly, we spoke about what is closing, right? Then we spoke about commitment. Then we spoke about why we started this business. Basically, why did we close ourselves, right? Then I spoke to you about opportunity. Now there is another word in that, another word that comes out from the third alphabet of closing, that is known as objection handling. Okay, if you want, write it down. If you don't want, it's okay, right? Doesn't exist, but for some of us it exists. Okay, right? Now, what is objection handling? Objection handling is a process, since you guys like logical answers, right? Objection handling is a process of answering your friend so that all his questions are vanished and he or she takes the noble decision, wise decision, the best decision of his life of starting with you in this business. Okay, that is what is objection handling. But logically, there are two types of objections. Okay, first objection, technical objection. Okay, right? I have a technical question, right? Second objection is what? Second objection is your ideological objection. Okay, ideological objection. So first, let us understand what is technical objection. Technical objection handling actually is nothing but, you might say that the how of the business mechanics, you must be getting this question. Everything is okay, I have the money ready, but karna kya hai? What do I need to do? Golden question. We must, really emboss it and frame it on our walls. Karna kya hai bhai? What do you have to do? Right? But you know what? When this friend of you asks you this question, somehow you become water. Okay, आप पानी पानी हो जाते हो, you become, and all of a sudden you cannot find the ground beneath your legs. But your upline also taught you one more thing: questions are the answers. That's why we say read the books, Baba. Everything is there. Correct. So questions are the answers. The best way to handle a closing is to ask questions. Now, please understand the intent. Very important. Okay, right? what does the intent of closing mean? When you are asking a question to your friend, to your prospect who you are closing, it is not with the objective of, maybe kind of ruling over him or making him feel uncomfortable in terms of, you're trying to prove yourself. No. Intent is the more questions you ask, the more answers he is going to give. Okay. And slowly, if you ask the right questions, he is going to give his own answer as why he wants to start the business. Right. So that's the reason why technical questions actually can always be handled. And technical objection handling can also be done in the next meeting when you finally meet up and you show the plan, you talk about the calculations. So basically it is the how part of it. But the major role that is going to be played in your closing are the ideological objection handling, right? Which might include questions like about your success, about whether you made the money or not, okay, or whether he or she can do it or not. Correct. That brings us to the next alphabet in the word closing. So we covered C, L, O. Now the fourth letter, S, right, which basically means success. Okay, now what is success? You are sitting there, right, in front of the screen as of today and as of now, telling your friend that it's $1 million business. And then you have your profile picture like a potato. I mean, doesn't connect. You need to have a profile picture of who you tell people you are, which is what? A business owner. Correct or not? So first things first, okay? Nowadays, every single person is actually on social media. And the best way to help people understand that change in you is by portraying it on your social media. That does not mean that you are, just showing in front of people. No. You are representing yourself because you yourself are the brand. You are the face of your business. Okay, so you need to close yourself on this first, that you are a business owner. Correct. There are so many speakers who have come in and who have shared and who have given you this advice. Correct. That do you consider yourself as an entrepreneur in your head? Okay. So S in the closing means that success. Correct. So do you take yourself already as successful or not? Are you living in highlights? You remember your welcome? We talk about living in highlights, right? So are you already in that highlight zone? Are you close that this is the best thing that has happened in your life? And if yes, then there is no way you will have any issues, in looking into your friend's eyes and saying and telling him that, bro, I am there. Because you see, guys, what happens is, okay, there is a big difference. I might also say that closing is like a battle of mindsets. Whose mindset? Your mindset and your friend or your prospect's mindset. Now imagine, you remember ESBI, correct? So many of the times the society or the E and the S quadrant, okay, are people, okay, and they are people who basically are traders who may have never heard of a business opportunity this big. There might be so many perceptions in the society. Let me tell you a story. Okay, once upon a time, what happened, right? There was this eagle, okay, who laid eggs, and somehow its egg got mixed up with another mother duck. Okay, so there was a duck who laid eggs and there was an eagle who laid eggs. Somehow this eagle's one egg got mixed with all the duck's eggs. And you know what happened? That eagle, okay, was born into the duck family. Okay, now if this eagle was born into the duck family, right, what sound will the eagle make? Quack, quack, right? Quack and quack. Okay, right? Now, one day he was happily, gapping in the water. You know how ducks move, right? So this eagle fellow, right, his name was Jack. Okay, right? And this Jack fellow, just Jack the eagle, okay, started paddling in water, and he used to quack, 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 quack the whole day long. Now, one day, what happened? A group of eagle flew to this city. Okay. And when these eagles were, soaring the skies, they saw this one eagle, Jack, paddling in the water with the ducks. So this eagle fellow, he came down and he called Jack. That said, "Hey, listen, come here." He said, "Yes, how can I help you?" He said, "Why are you quacking? And why are you in the water? You are an eagle." Now Jack was surprised. Huh? He was like, "What are you talking about? I'm a duck. Look around me. Everybody is quacking. Everybody is paddling in the water. I'm a duck." This eagle said, "No, Mr. Jack, you are an eagle. Look at your wings." And this eagle fellow, okay, he opened up his wings and showed it to Jack and told Jack, "You also spread your wings and see." So Jack also did the same thing, okay, and Jack was surprised, okay, excited. He said, "No, but how? I never realized." Eagle said, "No way, no problem. Let us go to the top of the mountain. I will teach you how to fly. You are an eagle. You are meant to fly. Soar high in the sky." And Jack was very excited, okay? Jack, the eagle who was born with the ducks. Remember? Okay. So now they went and they learned, Jack learned how to fly with this eagle and he was soaring the sky. And then one day, okay, after a few days basically, this group of eagle had to fly off to the next destination. So his, friend who taught him how to fly and all, he said, "Okay, Jack, I have taught you how to fly now. I have shown you your dream of flying. Okay, I have shown you how you can spread your wings. Okay, right? Now it's up to you. All the best." For one day, Jack was still flying. From the next day, Jack was back in the water, paddling with his ducks and making a sound of what? Quack, quack, quack. So he was again back to quacking, basically. What is the moral of the story? Tell. What do you say in Tamil? Solla. Okay, right? Cheppu in Telugu. That's all I know. Huh. Okay, I have to learn a few more words next time I'm here. Okay, right? So, this entire story reminds me of when I was the Jack, which means I was the eagle. And I met another eagle at that point of time who was, the person who introduced us, right? Who showed us the plan, correct? And then I looked at the society, which was the group of the ducks who were quacking. And then I took a decision to remain that eagle, right? And fly. Now, the difference between a closing happening and a closing not happening is, were you there with your friend who, your upline showed a bigger picture, right? Your upline told your friend that, okay, your prospect, that, you can achieve these dreams. After that, when he looked back, you were not even standing behind your friend. Then how do you expect a closing? So the most important thing for you to remember when you are doing closing is you need to just be there. You need to help your friend take that decision. It is like you have already crossed the river. Now, if just imagine, you've crossed the river and you're standing across and you are, telling, your friend, "Okay, okay, come, jump, no problem." And you are comfortably standing on the other side of the bank. That will work better. Or the second option, wherein you are halfway through the water, okay, you're giving your hand to your friend and you're telling him or you're telling her, "Come, hold my hand, I will help you cross over." I'm sure that is the second option that is going to help you get the closing, right? Which means that you have to be there, right? Your success has to be there here. Now, success is not equal to arrogance. Success is always equal to humility. Remember that. That's the reason why when you're going to talk to your friend, you are not going to talk with arrogance, telling him that, "Hey, you have not done anything in your life. Finally, you got an opportunity. Oh, start with me." Don't talk like that. Okay. You need to ensure that you bring down yourself. Okay. Understand what he or she might be going through. Remember, you also were arranging money at one point of time. You need to help your friend take that decision. You need to give that hand and say, "I'm there." If your friend is asking you a technical question, of course, help him. Talk to your working upline, ask what you can share. Okay, right? And then you need to tell him, "Baba, again and again, what you have to do in the business, what will the role be." That and all is a part of the how. We will be teaching you, don't worry. But remember, so and so, whoever took the meeting, would have told you about your why. And that is the only thing that is going to help you become successful in the business. And when you say that, that conviction, that love for your business, the respect for your business and your team has to reflect in your eyes. Okay, guys? Because the next letter, if you see, okay, in the closing word is I. I stands for integrity and intent, which means what? You never, ever, ever, ever lie during a closing. Okay. Now, many of you guys have these questions as to, during the closing, if a person is asking you certain specific details about the business and you get confused, okay, and your upline is advising you, okay, say this right now, and then you have more confusion. See, I'll break it down for you and make it very simple for you. If you have a newborn baby, will you feed the baby biryani the first day? What will happen? Cannot digest. Your friend has been spoken to, okay, this person came for the meeting, okay, and this person has heard about such big numbers maybe for the first time in his life. Somebody for the first time told him, bro, you want a Mercedes, we can buy it. For the first time, somebody didn't make fun of him when he said that I want to buy a BMW. For the first time, somebody said you can do it when this guy said, I want to buy my dream house. Okay, right? So you need to understand what is the intent when we speak or we tell this guy certain things, and then the other things we are discussing face to face in the second time we guys are meeting. Because this friend has never been exposed to a business this huge. Maybe it's his first time. So you've got to take it step by step. First, you need to help him realize his why. And that is where you have to use this thing called feel, felt, found. Please write it down. 3 golden words. Feel, felt, found. Which means I understand how you feel. I felt the same way, but I found that so and so. Correct? So when I talk about, closing, it is all about your heart and, of course, some bits of your knowledge. Like Prani was talking about EQ and IQ. Now, emotional quotient. Okay, so I might also say that closing is like a amalgamation, a mixture. Okay, a mix of these two components. What are they? Emotional quotient and intelligence, IQ, which means what? Your knowledge and your intent, when they go hand in hand, okay, you can do your closing like this. Because as you know, Adi Bhai always says that to do closing, your heart and mind should be in the same place. Okay, what you talk and what you're thinking and what is in your heart, as everything has to be connected. So your heart, your mind, and your mouth, your tongue, they have to be connected, right? And I have always seen him talk about that, and I have always learned that from him. Okay, so whenever I'm doing my closing, I always keep it in mind. I need to feel. Most important thing. Many a times, guys, it's sad that you become so mechanical. Would you be okay if everybody around you is talking mechanically to you? You will not be okay, right? Similarly, if it's the first time your friend is going to maybe start a business or do something so big in his life, okay, how will he even see your heart if you are mechanical? Okay, so when you are doing closing, it has to be a mixture of these things. Okay, right? And it is very, very important. Like many a times few of you say in closing, you to go and talk to your upline and say, I haven't made money yet, I'm new in the business. How can I tell him with conviction? Are Baba, in the welcome, there is something called as faith and belief. You remember? Faith is binary, right? It is either there or not there. You can borrow your belief. So, all of you who have started this business recently, okay, right? Firstly, congratulations for the best, as I said, decision of your life, okay? And all of you who are on this call, correct? When you have started this business, okay, right? you are seeing so many amazing stories, correct or not? We are so fortunate that every Sunday we are having a system wherein, we have such lovely speakers, right? Our uplines, correct? Who are coming and who are sharing their stories. There is so much to learn, first hand experience, correct? So today maybe we do not have that experience, all right, of maybe driving that Ferrari, but our uplines have. So monkey see, monkey do, as in our business, we say, right, that just follow your upline, correct? So that's the reason why, even in closing, whether you are new in the business, whether you've been in the business for some time, it doesn't matter. Success always starts in your head. Okay, you need to increase the your knowledge base, right? You need to work on your acceptance of your knowledge, right? And when you have all of these things together, right, I spoke about the I alphabet in closing, which means integrity and truth. Please don't lie. Okay, sometimes some of your friends may ask you, can I make money immediately? And just to get a closing, you said, as soon as you start, every week you make money. Now see, understand, you all have seen the business model. Of course, if the person works, can make money in 1 week also, 2 weeks also, doesn't matter. But don't give answers without checking with your upline. You need to ensure you share with this person that, Baba, every business requires work, correct? This is not some get rich quick scheme wherein money will rain over you the moment you start. It's a lot of hard work, which is the truth, right? So you should always stick to the truth. If you don't know an answer, right, please check with your working upline. Integrity, right, and your intent in closing, okay, can be considered as very, 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 very crucial. Okay, so if you are a person who have been in the business and are facing little bit, I wouldn't say problems, but you guys are facing certain situations in your closing, okay, right, please sit down and think. Are you committed? Are you ready to lead the way? Are you giving your hand? Okay, right? Are you observing? Are you sharing this opportunity with your heart? Right? Are you already successful? Are you living in highlights? Are you excited? Because you must have seen your uplines being so excited all the time, right? Whether it is 2 a.m., 3 a.m., always on the go. Why? Because we are excited. Are you excited for your dreams, for your life? Okay. And when you have that, and when you have that integrity, right, you remember the eagle and the duck. So your friend right now may again go back to the same society, because I told you it's a battle of mindsets. The stronger mindset will win. So if your friend's mindset is strong, he will not start. If your mindset is strong, you will be able to close him, show him the bigger picture, and get him signed up in the business and help him change his life. Okay, so all of these components are so important, right, guys? And the next very important kind of parameter in closing is the N alphabet of closing, right? So we have covered C, L, O, S, I. Now the next alphabet is N. So N stands for no negativity, no negative thoughts. And remember, don't talk to your own ears, not required. So what are you talking to your subconscious mind? Okay, what, many a times it happens that when you're happy, you get a closing. The moment you start using brains, no, somewhere you don't want that closing to happen, and finally it doesn't happen. So ask yourself, are you scared of taking a responsibility? That's why you're not having a closing, or you're not having a closing after you giving 100% effort. Because if you're giving 100% effort, you're listening, following your upline to the T, okay, and you are closed mentally, you are in the zone, your knowledge is on the point, okay, right? Your intent is on the point. There is no way that you will not be able to do a closing. Okay, guys? So, what are you feeding your subconscious? Now, in this, there is one more thing. Few of you guys are enough fear of responsibility. Okay, if this guy signs up, he asks me question, what will happen? Nothing, Baba. You will answer because you know the answers. Why can't you be in that zone? And if you don't know the answers, work on your knowledge. Talk to your upline. Take your upline's help. You are an entrepreneur. You cannot go out and tell, oh, I don't know this answer. Please check with my upline. Correct? So you need to understand, right? When we talk about closing, sometimes there will be people who don't want to start something of their own, right? So you need to understand, correct? Some will, some won't. So what? Someone is waiting somewhere, correct? So don't worry. Keep working. Okay? Do not get affected by rejection. See, understand one thing, the entire population, do you think everybody is a doctor or everybody is an engineer? The entire population on this planet, or everybody is a teacher, or everybody is a nurse, or everybody runs a beauty salon? No, right? Everybody has a different line of education. Similarly, not everybody can be a business owner. It takes a lot of guts, genuine urge to succeed. Guts, right? Genuine urge to succeed. So it takes a lot of guts for somebody to start the business. So when you are closing your friend, he or she first needs to have a dream, and then you need to be there to hold this person's hand, right? And tell him and her that, Baba, I am there. Come, let's do it together. Right? And if you have to do that, you need to understand that you need to stop talking to your subconscious mind. So what do you feed to your head? Right? That's the reason why we always, start everything with our, with emptying our cup. Now, many people ask this, okay, I'm not having a few closings. Till when I have to keep plans? Now, let me share a very simple story with you, which Chief shared in one of the VCons. Okay. So once upon a time, what happened, there was this man, right? And he arrives in this foreign country, and he's very thirsty. Okay. And, he is looking around at the airport trying to locate some water. And he's trying to ask, but he's not able to understand the local language. And in the meantime, he sees a vending machine. A vending machine, you put the money and then, you get the particular product. So he sees a vending machine at far, right? And he sees a woman is putting some currency into that machine, and she gets a bottle of water. Okay. And this guy rushes towards this vending machine. When he rushes towards this vending machine, right, and he starts putting the money. Now he doesn't know how much this bottle of water came for, because he was just watching this woman from far, and he saw that she also has the same currency like this man, right? And he saw her put those notes in that vending machine and getting the water. So he started putting the notes into the machine, and he kept putting, but the water was not coming out. Okay. And what was written in that machine, he could not read it. It was a different foreign language for him. Now, in the meantime, there was one more tourist who was looking for water and who came to this man, and he said, what are you doing? So this first man, he said, I'm putting this currency into this vending machine so that it will give me water. Now this man says, okay, fine. And he's looking at this first guy, he's putting in currency, and the water is not coming out. So the second tourist, okay, this fellow asked him that, you are putting currency after currency, but the water is not coming out. Are you sure this machine can give you water? He said, yes, the woman in front of me, right? She also put the same currencies. I don't know how much, but she put some notes, okay? And she got the water, which means that this vending machine can give me water too, because it gave water to that woman. You see, guys, right? So this guy asked, till when will you keep putting the money into this vending machine? And this guy said, as long as it takes me to get the water from this vending machine. Am I making sense? Now compare it to your business. You already have amazing uplines, okay, who have been in this business, who are ticking their dreams, who are living their life, who are helping so many people. There are so many beautiful initiatives we guys are a part of. So there are so much of change that is going around, positive change, right? So all you need to do is you need to keep giving in the currency to your business, which means you need to keep giving the effort. You need to keep lining up plans. You need to keep doing your activities. Till how long? As long as it takes for you to become successful. Because isn't that why you are here? Aren't you here for your dreams? Isn't your dream worth it? And if it is worth it, then how can you not feel your dream? And when your friend asks you, will this work? Why can't you look into your friend's eyes and tell, bloody, it will work, Baba, I am there. It is working for me. I'm going to be there with you. We will fulfill our dreams together. Because that brings me to the last alphabet of closing, that is G. G as in goals, G as in gift, right? G as in gratitude. Okay, guys? So, do you even feel your friend's dream when you are trying to do your closing? Every single time I am doing an info call or I am inviting a friend, okay, I'm doing an invitation call, right? I always share my dream. I am very proud of my business. I love my family, my business family, and my family, right? I am so grateful to God. That's the reason why the more number of people I talk, more number of life I touch, I always share my dream because my upline told me, feel, felt, found. I read in the books, feel, felt, found. I have seen my uplines doing feel, felt, found. So maybe if you are not happy, having a closing today, maybe you are not actually feeling that emotion. You cannot close somebody being mechanical. You have to first close your head, your heart, and then you need to talk. And when you do that, I can guarantee you, you will have a closing. So basically, if you do not feel your friend, you're talking, you're doing info call, you are speaking, you're sharing about your business, but you forgot to ask about his life. Then when he comes to the plan, your upline asks him, what do you want to do? And he shares with a lot of emotions. He speaks about his dream. And you are looking here and there because you are scared of taking that initiative, that responsibility. Right? But remember your own dream. Feel it. That person whom you are trying to close, he is this close towards fulfilling all his dreams if he gets signed up, and all that is remaining between his decision, okay, and a life-changing experience for him through this business is your presence as a friend, your presence as his referrer. Are you there to hold your friend's hand? Are you holding your own upline's hand? Because you know what, guys, everything said and done, every single day, okay, your upline is always there. So what are you scared of? When you are closing, when you are giving a hand, don't forget there is your upline holding your hand too. Your upline's got your back. Your dreams, your family, they are looking up to you. So what do you have to fear? Because in this entire alphabets that I shared and the concepts that I shared with you of closing, did I even mention once about the letter F, which is equal to fear? No. Closing is devoid of fear. Closing does not require and is not subjected to fear. So you've got nothing to fear. All you need to do is, being in that zone. You need to feel that love for your own business. This is your business. Are you the owner or you are an employee? Are you taking that ownership? Do you have that commitment? Are you ready to lead the way? Okay. Are you effective in objection handling? Are you working on your knowledge? Because guys, remember, knowledge only when implemented is power. Are you successful here? Have you closed yourself that, yes, I have started a business and I'm going to make it? And when I look into somebody's eyes, when I put a plan, when I am doing a closing, I can look into my friend's eyes and tell him or her that he or she can trust me because I trust myself, I trust my uplines, I trust my business, and this is the best decision of my life, and this is going to be the best decision of my friend's life. So you need to be there. Okay? Are you, talking with integrity? Are you sticking to the truth? Okay? Are you keeping the negative thoughts at bay? And finally, as I said, are you grateful? Okay? Do you have your goals in mind? Are you creating the best ever team? If you keep all of these things together, guys, closing is actually just a concept. That's the reason why in the beginning also I was telling you guys that it is a concept. Now I hope you understand why I called it as a concept, because it is a mixture of all of these things. But closing minus emotions, closing minus intent is equal to no closing at all. So all of you, whoever are there listening to me today, okay, I can only tell you one small thing from my experience, okay, of all these years being into this beautiful journey. Every single day, all right, I was closing myself towards, my hard work, right? Because I was happy to do it, because it was taking me to my dreams. Okay, guys? So, are you in the zone of closing yourself first? Are you closed? Are you proud of your business? Correct? Are you an entrepreneur? And if yes, please take a deep breath, right? Realize the beautiful chance and this beautiful business that you've got in your life, right? Work on your EQ and your IQ both. As I said, focus on your knowledge, your books, your DVDs, spending time with your upline, right? All of these things mixed together will help you, okay, cross your acceptance and belief phase in the business, okay? And it will help you, right? Help your friend fight his mindset battle. Because there are certain questions your friend might ask, whether this business will work, whether your friend can do this business or not, whether this business will give him or her that much of money or not. Because he or she has seen a dream, understand the emotion. He or she, for the first time, has thought about doing something big, this big, $1 million, not a joke, guys. All he is looking for is that streak of hope and faith in you and in your eyes. Are you there standing with your friend? So that is for me, guys. Closing is all about closing myself, working on my mindset, working on my knowledge, working on my personal, how I present myself, how I represent myself. And closing for me is a matter of pride also. How is it a matter of pride? Because I am so happy and so I respect my business so much that I will be very happy if somebody starts the business with me. And when I am doing my closing, my friend can see that happiness, that I am not running away, Baba. This is my business. And I love it so much, right? I have worked so hard. And every single one you see around in the business have worked hard to be where they are. So where there is hard work, guys, where there is heart, where there is intent, there is always a result. Okay? So that is what is closing for me, guys. I will repeat it for you. C for your commitment. Okay? L for you leading the way. O for you doing effective objection handling and effectively sharing this chance with somebody. Okay. S will be your success. Do you see yourself successful today? Right? Your success is not always determined by the account balance you have. In the beginning, it is all here. Only when you are successful in your mind, you will become successful in terms of your bank balance. Right? And then your integrity. Correct? And then no negative. Do not talk to your own ears. You want to talk to somebody, talk to your upline. We guys have got a 24/7 support system. How amazing is that? Correct or not? Our uplines are always there. They achieve benchmarks and they hold us and they tell us that, okay, this is how I achieved it. Now you follow. How amazing is that? Okay. And then, of course, the goal, the gratitude. So if you mix all of these emotions and these contexts and these contents together, guys, you will be able to do your closing very effectively. Always remember, when you are doing a closing, what is the end result? Your friend starts a business, you get a partner, your friend also gets a partner, right? You get a team person in your, in your team, your friend also gets a team, right? Your friend gets a family. Because I'm sure all of you on this call, you will agree that you and your uplines and your team and your downlines, all of us are like one big family, right? So if this person signs up, he or she directly gets an access to that family. And finally, okay, he or she gets the chance to build his dreams. Okay, guys. So before I leave you, I hope I made sense to you guys. Okay. And before I leave you guys, I just want to ask you this simple question. Okay. When somebody looks at you, do they see something big? When you look yourself at mirror every morning, do you see that entrepreneur and that owner, or you are still in the zone of the employee? If you are in the latter, if you're still in the zone of the employee, wake up, smell the coffee. You are already a business owner. Now act like it. Okay. And I'm telling that with a lot of humility and a lot of love. Okay. Take your decision. You have started this business. Let us build it. This business is like that gold mine. All you need to do is right now focus on your dreams and work. And if you can do this, I can assure you, okay, you will have amazing people walk into your business. You will be very good at closing. You will have no issues. Okay. Just keep your heart, keep your knowledge, okay, intact, keep your ownership intact, right? And I wish you all a very, very happy closing. Okay. And I wish you all a beautiful journey in this business. Okay. And until I meet you guys again, I hope I made some sense, right? And I hope it will help you, right, in your next closing. Remember, the heart, the mind, right? They need to be in the sync with the words that you talk. Okay. So good night, all of you, right? And I hope that you have a great week ahead. Thank you.